All right, let's talk basketball. Big news tonight, Mira.
Huge news, Hudson, and I can't think of a person better to lead the national men's basketball program than the greatest player our country has ever produced. Steve Nash has agreed to become the general manager of the men's team with the hopes of taking the national program to new heights.
The ultimate reason that I'm here is to work to put basketball, in the upper echelon of the international game. So that's the end goal. So the journey's great. We want to work every day to build a team, to build a program, to build a culture around our game. But ultimately, we want success, and we want to be playing in the Olympics perennially, and we want to be in the hunt for medals.
Nash led Canada to a 7th place finish at the 2000 Olympics. The last time Canada qualified for the Games, Nash's national team experience was unforgettable.
I feel that the success I've had in my career not only is in large part due to my time with the national team program, but also, my fondest memories, with everything that I've been fortunate enough to experience, playing in the Olympics for Canada was the greatest experience in my career.
Strange to think, though, that the last time Nash won a championship of any sort, he was wearing this jersey. Nash's legendary run with the St. Michael's University School Blue Devils netted a BC title, and his old coach expects more success at the national level.
What do you think he brings to the table in this role?
I think profile. Never mind all he's accomplished as a player, but he sees it. He's going to be able to tap into all the talented players who may figure in the senior national team in the immediate future and down the line. It's going to be very, very hard for those players to turn Steve Nash down.
So is he going to bring you on or what?
No, I don't think that's going to happen. But he'll certainly have. If there's any way, I'll be a very interested observer and a great supporter.
Steve Nash was not the only Victoria athlete to shine at the Sydney Olympics. Simon Whitfield won Canada's first medal of those games, gold in triathlon. The triathlon community is counting down the days to the start of their Subaru Western Triathlon series. The 5 series event starts May 27th at beautiful Shawnigan Lake.
Looking back on these last 5 years and heading into year 6, we've had most of the Canadian Olympians at some point come through and take part in our series.
Dave? A few of the world's best on hand this morning at Saunders Subaru in Colwood for today's Western Triathlon Series kickoff media conference. 19-time Canadian champion Lucy Smith and Pan Am Games silver medalist Brett McMahon have participated in their share of these events. They've seen the Western Series grow in number from races 3 to 5, and every year participation is up. Record numbers are expected in 2012 as each of the 5 races will be qualifiers for either the World Championships or Ironman Canada.
So anybody, like a weekend warrior, can qualify to go to a world event. So whether it's long distance worlds in France next year, whether it's even Ironman Canada here in Penticton, which is sold out in a day, and you can qualify at our Saunders Victoria race here to do that. 2 of our events, you can even qualify to actually go race on the London Olympic course next year because it's World Championships the year after the Olympics here. So that's pretty fun to watch it on TV and then go there and race the next year. And you'd be amazed at how those spots roll down to people that never thought they could ever represent the country.
Well, Brett McMahon has full intentions of representing Canada this summer at the London Olympics. Right now, the men have qualified 1 spot, which will be taken by Simon Whitfield. The elite men have 2 more events this month to try and bump that number to a 3-man team.
There's 8 countries that get 3 spots. Currently we're 9th, so we got to try and jump those other countries in these next 2 races. Coming into this race this weekend in San Diego, I was getting ready for it, but just being here, all of a sudden I got a little bit more excited, and then I know once qualifying's done and we have training to do, I've got these great series races in my backyard that I can go out and have a good effort at, and race against some of the other international athletes in town.
Well, fighters, fans, and promoters have been asking for it, and finally the province has answered the bell. Bill 50 will bring every municipality in BC under the same athletic commissioner when it comes to pro boxing, kickboxing, and MMA. Under a new athletic commissioner, the same rules will now apply from city to city and with strict standards for safety and officiating. It was a long fight, but finally MMA is out of the shadows.
Until we brought it up, it would go nowhere. It was, like the government had so many other things on their minds, but I guess MMA now is so big, you can't push it out of the way anymore. They're doing it underground, and not so much now, but you don't want that. You want it looked after.
Now we'll be able to have the standard that the sport does require. Again, just safety across the board, everyone knowing the rules, there's no confusion between different cities, and just a lot more legitimacy for the sport.
Well, don't be surprised if the news of Bill 50 reaches Dana White's office. The UFC skipped Vancouver this year, but will no doubt make its return with an athletic commissioner in place. However, this doesn't mean that every city is all warm and fuzzy about MMA.
He's not allowed in others. Is that going to change?
That is not going to change. Local governments can still decide whether it is in keeping with the kinds of businesses they wish to license in their area. And so if they pass a bylaw that these kinds of contests are not to be permitted within their boundaries, that will still remain their prerogative.